Home theatre, home cinema. What is it? Let's talk about it today on My Weekly Tech Vibe. Hey everyone, my name's Chris, and on today's episode I was going to talk about my dream home theatre. But when I started doing some research and looking around on the interwebs, I started finding images and videos like this. Now I ask you, is this home cinema? To me, it's about the experience of going to the movies. You know, big screen, big sound, hopefully comfortable seats, otherwise it's gold class. You know, let's do a little checklist here. What does a cinema have? Well, obviously, it's got a big screen, and to get that big screen filled with a great big picture, you're gonna need a projector. Also, comfortable seats, awesome surround sound, lots of speakers, light control. This is only just the tip of the iceberg, like noise attenuation panels, curtains, motorized masks and lenses. A typical commercial theatre which can house several hundred people typically costs a minimum of a few $100,000, and something which most of us could only dream of reproducing in our homes. Maybe not on that scale, but you know what I mean. So let's just back up a little bit and break it down and discuss what does make home theatre. Back in the 1950s, some enthusiasts decided that cramped seats and rude patrons were not for them, and in turn, they created their own home theatres. Kodak 8mm film was on the rise, and portable cameras and small projectors enabled prosumers to shoot, edit, and show their little movies to friends and family. These tended to be family vacations or important milestones. Look at this wonderful ad from the 1950s.
David and Ricky. Like most of us, they like to save the fun they have together in snapshots, and of course in their own home movies. And what about you? Right now is the perfect time to start making your family movie stars, because now your Kodak dealer is featuring new low prices on all Brownie movie cameras.
This awesome camera with some quality glass was equivalent to today's money of about $260. Pretty good value, really. Like, you can do stuff for your mobile phones these days, but nonetheless, I reckon back then that was a steal. For those working in the industry, they went to even greater lengths to fit out a room in their house as a screening room and showed actual general release films using 16 or 35mm reels and projectors. By the 1970s, several important changes occurred. Super 8 brought better quality to the market, quickly followed by several inventions which saw the demise of film-based tech, namely VHS, Betamax and Laserdisc. Did you know it was 1978 when that first came out? Wow, mind boom! Okay, back on topic. These new media formats brought about better quality and simpler connections to TV, so I think during this time, home theatre as we know it diminished. And it was pursued by few. In 1982, at the Consumer Electronics Expo, CES, Chicago, Illinois, Peter Tribeman of NAD organised a demonstration in collaboration with Proton, ADS, Lucasfilms and Dolby Labs, all of whom contributed the technologies to demonstrate what a home cinema would look and sound like. This demo with high quality video material and multi-channel surround sound was noted as being the starting point in what we now know as home theatre today. In the 1980s, cathode ray tube projectors and reprojection systems grew in popularity due to this bigger picture that they could provide. Then by the 1990s, DVDs and mainstream surround sound amps like manufacturers of Yamaha and Sony enabled most consumers to recreate home theatre with little to no expense than buying a TV and a few separate components. This is when I fell in love with home theatre. I started buying home theatre magazines, dreaming one day what would mine look like, what would I have in it, and a bit of nostalgia here. One of my ex-girlfriends, who shall remain nameless, said, "I'll never be able to afford one of these." But guess what? This is now my second home theatre. So, where was I? Back to these Instagram posts and articles about home theatre. I'm looking for something that isn't your lounge room, not your TV room, or whatever you call this. No, this is not home theatre. No, nor that. Nope, and definitely not this. No. Rather, this is, and this, and I present to you this. For me, it's about replicating, mimicking the whole movie-going experience. So, I want nice comfortable chairs, great sound, and a big screen. But that's the important bit. Let's just let's look into that last bit just a little bit more. If you asked me several years ago what home theater is, I would have specified a projector in this lineup, and actually I still do. But to define it fairly, I think we have to appreciate that screen sizes on TVs are getting bigger, approaching home theater size projection screens. So let's start a conversation. Put your comments down below what you think is an appropriate size screen before you can start calling your setup a home theater. Is it 80 inches? 90 inches? Take a look at this. I know there are commercially available behemoths of screens of like 370 inches out there, but the biggest consumer TV you can buy right now in Australia is a Samsung Q9 88-inch TV at $26,000. Yeah, $26,000. And look how cute this thing is. It's so cute, it's so tiny. Okay, now let's contrast that with my home theater. My screen, which you're seeing here, is 110 inches in size. And side note, the screen and projector combined price is only 1/5 of the Samsung Q9. But okay, I'm getting off topic. What I'm trying to say here is, it doesn't necessarily matter if it's projection or a TV. What does matter is you've got a massive screen that's right for the size of the room, and again, you're trying to replicate a home theater. We're getting this. I'm getting this. I'm computing as I'm going. I'm getting this. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Next week I promise to bring you my dream home theater, and after that I'm going to do a few videos discussing mid, low and high-end budgets about what I reckon would be the best bang for your buck to get a great home theater experience for you at home. Okay, so if you haven't already, do me a huge favor, comment on this one, share it on your socials, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And hey, stay techie.